Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 3 versus 3 on testing grounds. Playing on the southern side as the Necrons, we've got Summoner, we've got Klempe as the Witch Hunters, and we have got Krieg as the Tyranids. On the opposing team, we have got Evie 7889 as the Tau, we've got OMC Dr. Nox as the Steel Legion, and we have got Tiger Shark as the Space Marines. So this map has got a bajillion million different strategic points. As you see, everyone's got a natural 3 inside their base, as well as 1 either side of their base. They've also got several relics, in fact 1, 2, and 3 on their side of the map. Even is there 4? No, that's a critical location. But in the centre, we've also got 5 critical locations as well. So it's just a lot of stuff going on. Which I'm not sure if the Necrons are going to appreciate it all that much, as they only get their build speed and their population cap from the strategic points. Also, the Tyranids, they only get their, what is it there? If I can swap to them to emphasise it. They get their yellow money from the spore chimneys. It's their reclamation pools that they get their economy from. But hey, it's something. The more yellow money you have, the more blue money potential there is available for you. Steel Legion, as always, will have a good time on this map, as there's lots of choke points that they can lock off with their turrets and stuff. We are seeing some scouts coming over onto this side, so be Necrons versus Space Marines, they shouldn't have too much trouble. There's lots of negative cover knocking around on this side here, so if the Necrons can get their engagements in this general situation, they should be alright. I mean, I'm not sure why. I mean, how deep is this water? Actually, to be fair, it is quite deep. If you've ever had a run through a swimming pool, you know it's quite debilitating. Also, I mean, they've got clothes, haven't they? And there is nothing worse on the planet, even in a warmer 40k universe, than having, like, wet socks while wearing shoes. Honestly, one of the worst situations going on. But Necrons, they've got no socks, they've got no shoes. They're totally fine going in. Double Space Marine squad coming over there. There's a lot of Space Marines for this stage of the game. Necrons will have to go back home. They are going to go for a couple of Ghost Reapers. Basically a shotgun for the Necron units. Stealth suit team over here trying to chase away these Gene Stealers, but Gene Stealers being little puppers that they are. I'm going to ignore them. But nothing too crazy going on this side, just a snare trap anticipating any kind of Tyranid shenanigans. There's some Raveners on the way down here, helping the Necrons with their defense, but they're all dead now. So there's that. I think they're all dead. You didn't teleport over there yet? No, just the scouts over here. Fair enough, but morale has been broken. These Ghost Reapers, really, really good in the grand scheme of things. How to pull that Necron warrior back. There we go, look at that. Narrowly avoiding a squad wipe there. Love to see it. That was quite a quick summoning core. He's gone for the 4 plasma and then into a summoning core. The gentleman's way of playing Necrons. It's the only way I really play them. But you know it's good. What are you going to go for? Are you going for generic? Seraphins, right, so you're going for a more Sisters kind of build, Mr. Klempe. That's fair enough. And Seraphins in the Space Marine base, focusing on those servitors. There we go. Space Marine player, Mr. Tiger Shark. He's got a lot on his plate at the moment. He is also joined by a Pioneer squad. So these guys might be looking for a cheeky turret, which is brave of them. Necron Lord now out. It's going to be a bit of a struggle to push back this many Space Marines, but if he gets up a Ghost turret, should be alright, he says. No degree of confidence. This is the only real engagement going on at the moment. I imagine, Tyranids, are you just building up your econ? You're going to go for a quick tier 2. So looking for those Tyranid warriors, which will be quite a problem for the Tau to deal with if they don't deal with it. Got some deep strike stormtroopers inside, quite high DPS are these lads. I mean, 74 and 85 on their unit card, if it is to be believed, of course. But Seraphins, the entirety of the right side team is down here trying to keep these Space Marines at bay. Constant redeployment of Stormtroopers as well is going to keep these guys on their toes, but Space Marine squad over here struggling quite something. Also got a Necron Lord backhanding that Pioneer squad there. So turrets are down, Necrons stabilising, Raveners tunneling everywhere. It's all kicking off, boys and girls. Only 1 Space Marine surviving that encounter, so quite a competent defence. Wonderful use of teamwork over here on this side. But, oh no, never mind, some Space Marines survive. They run away. Well, they're not running away, they're just tactically retreating. The Angels of Death, the Emperor's Finest, never retreat. Lots of reclamation pools plopping down. But not much action going on in the centre. Lots of economy yet to be untapped by most players. We do have a little spore chimney. In fact, I should not lie, the witch hunters, they're doing an alright job. They're focusing on it. But the left-hand side team not really going for all that much. Of Seraphins going up against all these deep strike stormtroopers. And are you infiltrated? Yes, you are infiltrated. That's going to be quite an issue. But then again, oh, what's happening to you, ladies? There we go, fading off into the distance. I suppose that the Necrons won't worry too much about the infiltration, as builder scabs can spot them. That's not too bad, but look at just the sheer amount of lasgun fire coming in. Really melting these Necron warriors one at a time. So no, they're not going to win that situation whatsoever. They're going to have to teleport a little bit further away. Got a ghost turret here, a little bit behind the obelisk. You can let the obelisk fall, though. It's not the end of the world if it goes down. And that range, man. Firing rate's a bit low, but hey-ho, it is something. Arbites melee squad looking hungrily at the Space Marines over here, but they're not going to engage. They are just sitting on their laurels, looking after their own economy. Got some fire warriors firing away at the spore chimney. And over here, there we go, the Arbites strolling in with their big electric sticks. Space Marines don't seem to care one iota. it's oh, there we go. That'll worry them. That will worry them significantly more. Yeah, they decide, you know what, that strategic point is no longer of tactical importance. Well, thankfully, the unlimited supply, apparently, of deep strike stormtroopers. Now, are you in the middle, Dr. Nox? Yes, you are, so you're quite insulated from any kind of harassment, so you should be okay with just constantly supplying those stormtroopers. Necron Lord over here continuing the chase. Legionnaires not really doing the same kind of job as the deep strike stormtroopers. But there we go. Ravenous overextending a little bit there. They're just hungry for those Space Marines, but they're probably not going to get them with all this fire coming in. There we go. Shot straight down. Fired within the whites of their eyes. But this does allow the Witch Hunters to further cap more of this side of the map. Much like the Steel Legion, these guys are insulated from any kind of harassment, more or less. They've got lots of opportunities to build up more bits and bobs. This is a large infiltrated force. Not sure what the Witch Hunters have for infiltration detection, but they don't have it at the moment. So they're going to be struggling quite a lot. They're going to have to give up a lot of ground here. They want to keep their fighting forces alive. On the south side, the Necrons are pushing forward just a little bit. These Tau and Tyranids are kind of ignoring each other at the moment, as Tau are kind of doing what the Witch Hunters are doing. They're just collecting their points up. The Stormtroopers are going to move forth. Got an Inquisitor command squad with a couple of children in their ranks. There we go, the children will spot them. Beady eyes. That's why I can't trust those kids. Big explosions coming in from the Inquisitor as well. What was that grenade? Unsure. Either way, Lictor. Lictor, don't even know her. It's coming in. Gonna do a bit of stabby. Oh, they were grenades. Okay, fair enough. And they are slowing grenades as well. So that'll allow the Gene Stealers to move forward and get some slashy stabbies in there. Not sure if they've been upgraded, but I mean, they're certainly doing the job. On this side, we've got even more Space Marines than before, led by their Force Commander. Again, the Necrons hoping that the wetness will keep these guys at bay, but that's a lot of Space Marines and not a lot of Necrons. Not got their disruptor fields online neither. Have some Arbites melee squads in support, should they need it. Some warriors ready to go up against these fire warriors. So warrior on warrior action. The plasma pistols of the Arbites post. Plasma pistols or rifles? Rifles! They are going up against them. And the Seraphins getting a good surround on them. Lots of firing on the go. The fire warriors will not be able to survive all that well against them. There's one Tyranid. Just that poor fire warrior. It was not going to survive that, was he? Not a situation which is good for being alive in. Necron Lord up against the Force Commander. Going toe to toe. John Cena beam comes down, allowing these Necrons to get involved. And actually that Necron Lord surviving quite nicely against that Force Commander. Normally you would see the Force Commander slap him around a little bit, but he doesn't seem to have any hero war gear going on at the moment. But now that they're out of the water, I reckon he should be a lot more alright. Oh god, this is quite tense. Get him. Couple of stabs here there, slash left or right. Does look like that the Necron Lord is going to do it, and there we go. Grabs him from the backside, and then does unspeakable, unmentionable things to his rear end, while phase shifting out of existence. Tyranids are now out in force. Gene Stealers moving really quickly. Warriors, quite a lot of them as well. The Lictor just been a Lichpin, keeping everything together. But that's a lot of stealth suit teams. And I assume, yep, they've gone for their burst cannon upgrade. So they'll do a little bit more damage. Pack a bit more of a punch. The Broodlord taking way too much damage here. Will have to fall back. He can't join a squad there, so he's quite susceptible to focus fire. Crazy days. Space Marines have managed to kill the rest of the Necrons down here. Necron Lord will fall back. He has got his phylactery, so he should be able to regen himself quite quickly. Also some immortals, just in case any blooming vehicles come into play. Lictor has been shot down. Lictors aren't great for staying alive, in all honesty. Normally great at, just like, how would one say? They have a little bit of something to your composition, but can't be allowed to stay alive for too long when riding in solo. Very much a skirmishing, harassing unit, that one. Children are firing. Are you firing from your eyes, or is it just... Have you even got a gun? Hold on. Oh no, they're clapping. If they're happy and they know it, and they really want to show it, kill some Xenos and clap your hands. That's what they do, but that's way too much firepower. Triple fire warrior squads. But there's even a breach team in there. So that's quite a useful unit if the Tyranids want to come in into close combat. These Necron warriors are going to go for a bit of a walk. Quite brave, considering that they've got a lot of Space Marines knocking on their front door. They've captured a relic over here. And inside the base, what's going on here are some Deep Strike Stormtroopers were in there, causing the Tyranids some bad stuff. But nothing too serious. Now seeing tier 3 for Krieg, and he's also going to go for some Zone Thrups as well. Got some Repentia squads. Scantily clad, feeling bad. Gonna make these Fire Warriors a little bit sad if they actually get involved in close combat. No, they are pushing way too far in there. That is just a sad time for everyone. A happy time for the Fire Warriors, I suppose. Everything's got a back and forth. Everything's got two sides to one coin, hasn't it? One man's trash is another man's treasure, as they say. Don't know who they are, but they are there. There's a Spy Gaunts in there. Why not? Quite cheap. Didn't survive. I mean, one squad got instantly wiped, but that's fine. Fire Warriors over here just been absolutely ran over. Good lord. Like something you'd see out of a horror film. Been thrown left and right. And the tower will just decide to get out of there ASAP. Over on this side, the children are going for a walk, but nothing really for them to fight over. And it's just a bit of a stalemate down here. Space Marines don't want to push too far forward. Necrons don't want to move away too far neither. Keeping on building up their plasma generators. They are in tier 2 now. It's all happening on the top side for the moment. We do have an immolator on the way. And yeah, I mean, what's the economics? Well, not the economic situation. What's the tactical situation? We've got Christ battle suits. Be great against the Tyranids. We've got some tanks on the way. Chimeras and basilisks and stuff, which would be great against the large units of the Tyranids. And that's the tactical situation. Just wait till there's an opening, and then drop all the Deep Strike Stormtroopers. Even the Necron Lord is struggling here. Just throw down a John Cena beam, but there's nothing really to follow up on that, sadly. We have one big zap from the obelisk there. Yeah, this isn't great. This is not a great situation. Gonna teleport all the Necron warriors back. That's not a lot of Necron warriors. What kind of economy are you rolling with at the moment? You've got a fair bit of money. Gonna build up some more turrets. But he can't see anyone at the moment. And realistically, the actual damage is coming from these stormtroopers here. So we'll need some infiltration detection at some point, but we'll also need some assistance from his friends. His friends at the moment are engaging in some fisticuffs up on the northern side. Have got a Exorcist Prioris, while the Broodlord is T-posing next to it, because why not? Zonthrop's on the way. The Canoness going for a combi flame and a close combat force weapon. But yeah, these Christ battlesuits, big chunky lads, they're going to certainly cause these Tyranids an issue if they are not dealt with pretty quickly. Not going for their flamers, they are going to go for their missile pods, which is interesting. Normally see them go for the flamers, as they do quite a lot of damage in close combat. Seems like the closer you are to the model, the more damage it's done. Looking for some more immortals, why? Why, Summoner? Why do you do this? But to be fair though, realistically, whatever he's going to bring out, if he's not got any friends to come with him, he can't really do much in this situation. He's been double teamed. So I assume you're going to build up a Necron monolith over this side, which isn't the end of the world. If these guys who are double teaming the northern team can do exactly the same to Eri, they should be alright. Zonthrop's amazing at killing vehicles. They just need to get these guys in. Oh, right, so Nexus Prioris, you fire one missile at a time. A lot less impressive than the regular Exorcist. But hey ho, we'll take it. A Retributor squad looking to get some shots in, but on the other side we do have a Armageddon Passon Vat Basilisk. Hugely inaccurate, but does a hell of a lot of damage when it does hit. Yeah, Necron losing all his tech, but he does have a lot of money, so he can build back up pretty quickly. And he's not going to suffer too much from losing all this stuff, as he is not reliant on strategic points for his economy. Same with the Tyranids, really. They don't need to push up. They could just build up all the reclamation pools that they need. So that's fine, but the Tau do seem to be pushing back out. Commander Longstrike's gunship doing good damage against demons, which a lot of the Tyranids' higher tier units have demon armor. Got Celestians good against basically anything that they fancy. We'll be focusing on the Crisis battlesuits. You can take them down, you'll be alright, but double hammerheads now. That's a lot of tech. That's a lot of high burst DPS to go toe-to-toe with. Space Marines continuing to kill everything over here as the Deep Strike Stormtroopers move over to push over towards the Arbites headquarters. Got some Celestians over here looking to defend, but that's one squad of Celestians. They need some more. Oh, I've got an Exalted Dreadnought there. At the moment, these guys don't have any anti-vehicle stuff, so maybe the vehicles are what's going to be the thing that breaks their push. Armed with a Twin-Link Multi-Melter. Shame, if he went for that Plasma Cannon, it would have been a much easier situation for them, but that's fine. They'll be alright. What have we got over here? We've got Necron Lord. He's got no friends, he's got no fans. And a Swordfish heavy gunship. That's a lot of plasma fire coming in. Even the Carnifex is being brought down there pretty quickly. But to be fair though, surviving that length of time, all those different shots, it just shows how strong that Carnifex is, if supported properly. What kind of economy are you working with, Mr. Tyranid Man? Not much. Not much at all. By this point you would normally see a second Hive Spire, but he went up for the tech pretty early. That's why he's probably a little bit behind. It makes me feel like, you know, all the Space Wolves, when they want their tech, or they want their economy up, you just build more HQs. That's generally the vibe, from what I understand from the little I played of Tyranids. I would say Tyranids is probably maybe my 4th or 5th most comfortable faction, after Orcs, Necrons, Eldar, and, I don't know, maybe Space Wolves. Maybe I'll become a Space Wolf main, who knows? Put a vote in the chat for anyone who wants to see an 8-player free-for-all, everyone Space Wolves. I reckon it'd be fun. Got some Biovars now out, and the Tyranids are stabilising with the help of a Necron Lord. But once that John Cena beam wears off, that's just a lot of fire. Necron Lord, I'm not sure if his phase shift's online, but there, oh look, in the nick of time, 40 health left. And he's just going to absorb all the fire. But the Biovores coming forward, that's not where you want your Biovores to be. They are artillery, they are not shotguns, that is not how they work. Dear oh dear. Taken out quite quickly. And now we've got just a holy Inquisition strolling down here. These strategic points free for a good home. So Klempe, if he can harness that economy I can get from these extra points down here, that'd be amazing for him. Necrons can just provide some sort of like supporting situation. Christ, those blooming Omicrons, those Repentias, they were keen, weren't they? Land Raider Redeemer moving forward, looking for some shots in, but Commander Longstrike's gunship does an incredible amount of damage against vehicles. Already half health. Repentia slicing up these Fire Warrior teams. One squad wipe there. And I've not seen a tier 3 Arbites head post before, but that's it's an interesting shape. Land Raider goes down. Immolator on the way. Going to upgrade itself with a twin multi-melter gun. But can it go toe-to-toe with triple of the tower's finest vehicles? Not entirely sure. Don't think it will. I know it won't. It will be destroyed more or less instantly. Though this is probably just multitasking here. Hard to really keep your eyes on two different engagements at once. Space Marines are preparing for a siege. We do also have a lot of Space Marines and a lot of, Steel Legion coming over in this way. Lehman Russes and Chimera Assault variants strolling over as the Tau lays siege to the Arbites headquarters. Do we have any Necron shenanigans going on at the moment? They are now rebuilding. The Necron Lord went down. Well, I mean, what could be the strategy for the Necrons at the moment? I'd suppose it would just be deep strike lots and lots of flayed ones in and be a huge nuisance. Devastators being slapped about by these Sonic-esque Repentias. Celestians also providing some firing support, but the Hellfire Dreadnought standing firm. Good lord, that's a lot of... Was that like an ability or something? That was a lot of rockets coming in. Everybody also keeping these guys at bay. What's going on over here? Oh, we've got a Riptide. Hold on, take me down to the Riptide. I want to be your magic man. I think those are the words. He's going to just slowly kill these Spore Chimneys. Spore Chimneys I don't think have been upgraded neither, have they? No upgrades on them. Also losing a couple of Spore Chimneys as well from this Riptide. Reclamation pool's going down. Yeah, this dude isn't really focusing on them. He can ignore them all day long. And just a lot of tanks moving in now. So that will stop these guys dead in their tracks. They've lost a lot of material going on over there, as well as on this side. No one's really done anything about these Tau. We've sent the occasional Repentia squad in, but sending them one by one in, that is not the way, young Klempe. That is not the way, I'm afraid. Especially not against all this. But then again, I mean, trying to keep the pressure on this side has allowed... Well, it's just basically allowed you to have space to build up stuff over here. They've only really built up one Arbites post. Tau really... not Necrons. What are you? Tyranids. Tyranids really struggling at the moment with all these big mech suits. A Ghost Keel's stealth battle suit. Just strolling around very fast. The Necron Lord is back. He's ready to do something about this blooming Riptide. He's very low on health. All he needs is a bit of a love tap to kill him. Land Raider Redeemer out once again, but being killed. And the Necron Warriors also doing the same. Yeah, it's just streamlining one squad at a time into this mass force. They were doing alright before when they had the Tyranids as a huge front line, followed by a couple of sister stuff, but on their own, one squad versus 5 at a time. That is not how one butters their parsnips, I'm afraid. The Seraphim's been murdered down on the south side, unable to contain the sheer amount of legionaries that jump out of their assault pattern chimera things. I've seen quite a lot of Gene Stealers, so yeah, I imagine he's probably gone for... Oh yeah, you've gone Infiltrator Gene Stealers, so... That's interesting. You don't normally see a Gene Stealer upgrade blooming build order, but I like to see it. The moment they are seen, they'll be shot at by the breaches. And that's really all she said, and wasn't able to stabilise once the... I mean, like I said, it was a good push down here. Really good push up here, but once those Tau got those big tanks out, just absolutely struggling all day long from them. Poor Storm Sword, unable to move because of this crisis battlesuit. There we go, mind your word. Going well done to all the players, and thank you ever so much for sending it in to the Discord. Well, actually, is it over? We've got time. There's a lot of time left. There's about 5 minutes left, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe there's a comeback. I'm not holding out much hope. I've got a Storm Sword in the base. Fire Those are firing away, doing very little in the way of damage. I'd hate to miss out on something just in case. Pull it back, but am I being too positive? Am I being too hopeful? Yes, I am. I'm gonna call it there. There's nothing Necrons can do to stop this. There's nothing that the Tyranids really can do to stop this, especially for their economy as it is at the moment. We've got some green money donated to them. Can't spend it, but they've got some now, which is nice. Going away. My name's Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never sure. I will see you in a bit. Peace.